Loss not equal end. Setbacks are not final. They are feedback. Every wealth journey includes moments of loss, and let's be honest, they hurt. Maybe you invested in something that collapsed. Maybe a client backed out at the last second. Maybe you trusted a partner who broke that trust. Or maybe you simply made a choice that felt right in the moment, only to watch it unravel. In those moments, it feels like the ground beneath you disappears. It feels like all your hard work has been wasted, and the temptation is strong to believe this is the end. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. But here's the truth I want you to anchor in deeply. Loss is not failure. Loss is not final. Loss is feedback. It's your wealth journey sending you information about what didn't work, about where you need to grow, about what needs to be adjusted. Think of it like a scientist in a lab. When an experiment doesn't work, they don't say, "I'm a failure." They say, "Okay, this didn't work. Let's refine the formula." The failed experiment is part of the process of discovery. The wealth creators who build legacies are not the ones who magically avoid every mistake. They are the ones who take each loss and ask, "What is this here to teach me? What can I learn? How will this make me stronger?" Every loss can either be a wall or a window. Scarcity stops at the wall. Resilience looks for the window. And once you begin to see loss as feedback, you'll never look at setbacks the same way again. Scarcity versus resilient response. One collapses, the other adapts. Let's compare two very different responses to the exact same setback. Person 1, living from a scarcity identity, experiences a financial loss. Maybe they lose $5,000 in a deal. Their inner voice says, "See, I knew it. I'm not good with money. I'll never succeed." And with that single thought, they collapse. They pull back. They stop trying. The loss becomes permanent, not because of the event, but because of the meaning they gave it. Now imagine person 2, living with resilience. The same loss happens. It hurts. Of course it does. But their inner voice is different. They say, "This isn't the end. This is feedback. This is training. What can I learn here?" And then they adapt. They refine their strategy. They climb again. Same event, two completely different futures. One says, "This proves I can't." The other says, "This prepares me so I can." That's the difference between scarcity and resilience. Not the size of the loss, but the interpretation of the loss. Your interpretation determines whether the event breaks you or builds you. Reframing setbacks. Failures become stepping stones. Setbacks feel like stop signs, but in reality, they're stepping stones. Every great success story includes chapters of rejection, loss, and painful detours. Think about any entrepreneur, investor, or creator you admire. Their story is not one of smooth sailing. It's one of resilience. Colonel Sanders, at age 65, had his fried chicken recipe rejected over 1,000 times before someone finally said yes. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter became one of the best-selling book series in history. Each rejection could have been the end, but instead, each one became a stepping stone. The difference? They didn't stop walking. They reframed the failure as training, as feedback, as part of the journey. When you reframe setbacks, you no longer fear them. You begin to see them as allies, teachers disguised as obstacles. They give you wisdom, sharpen your strategy, and build resilience. The true mistake is not in falling. The true mistake is in refusing to get back up. The stepping stones are only useful if you keep walking. Mini practice. Loss reframe. Write one loss, one lesson. Let's make this real. Grab your journal right now. On the left-hand side, write down one financial loss you've experienced. It could be big or small. An investment that failed, a deal that collapsed, a habit that cost you money. Be honest, don't sugarcoat it. Now, on the right-hand side, write the lesson that loss gave you. Did it teach you patience? Did it teach you the importance of due diligence? Did it teach you to trust yourself more? Or maybe it gave you resilience itself. By writing this down, you're shifting the meaning. You're telling your mind, this was not wasted. This loss made me stronger. From now on, I want you to commit to this. No loss in your journey will ever go unused again. Every mistake, every setback, every failure will be recycled into wisdom. Loss is not the end of your story. It is a chapter in your growth. And with resilience, you'll keep turning the page.